Now we have understood the basic of what is SAP and what are the different functionalities available in SAP on different modules. Now we will get into deep of material management. So from now we will be learning about only material management. So what is an role of an consultant and what are the different functionalities available in the material management module in S/4HANA. So in material management, first we need to understand the P2P process. So what is P2P process? P2P process is nothing but procure to pay. We insert some marks. So the P2P process starts with PR, that is purchase requisition. So you can note it down in every interview, they will ask what is P2P process. So the P2P process starts with PR. I will let you know what is PR, RFQ, everything. Then we have RFQ. That is request for quotation. And we have PO. That is purchase order. And we have GR. That is goods received. Finally, we have invoice, INV. That is invoice. So in interview, they will ask, tell me the standard P2P process. So you need to tell first PR, RFQ, PO, GR, and invoice. Okay, now I will let you know what is the PR. So let's take a simple example like you are in your company. So let's assume you are working in a company. And in your company, they are you are going to you just want a laptop. So for your daily usage, you require a laptop. So normally what you will be doing, so when you require a laptop, so you will be creating a purchase requisition. That is, you are telling like, I required a laptop. So you're not mentioning any brand. You just require, you just mentioning like, I required a laptop of one quantity. So you're working in a company and you required a laptop. So normally in a business, what they will be doing is they will be raising a PR. So PR is nothing but an internal document to procure the material. So it is an internal document to procure the material. So in PR, what you will be mentioning? So you require laptop. So laptop is nothing but a material. So you require laptop, and what and all you will be normally when you are buying from Amazon or something. So what you will be mentioning like you required a laptop and how much quantity you require. Let's assume like you required one quantity and where you require. Where you require, that is the place, and when you require, that is the delivery date. So these are the 4 important parameters you will be maintaining in the purchase requisition. So to create the purchase requisition, these are the 4 mandatory parameters to create a purchase requisition. So what are the 4 parameters to create a purchase requisition? In interview, they will ask material, quantity, place, and delivery date. So let's assume you require a laptop of one quantity and place is Coimbatore you can mention. And what is the delivery date? Let's assume you require this laptop on 18th. So in the PR, you will be mentioning these things like I required a laptop of one quantity and I required on in Coimbatore and the delivery location and all you will be maintaining. And when you require on 18th July, I required this laptop. So once you have created the purchase requisition, it will be sent to the purchasing department. So where they will be finding the perfect vendor. So that is called request for quotation. So request for quotation is nothing but where you will be selecting the best vendor with the best price. So who can satisfy all these 4 parameters. Like he can deliver this material of one quantity on this place on this delivery date. And other parameters like payment terms. So if he is giving a grace period of 30 days, after 30 days you can do the payment. So those kind of validations will be taking care in the RFQ process. So normally, right now you just understand in RFQ process, in request for quotation, you will be selecting the best vendor. So normally what the purchasing team will be doing in the company, there will be different departments like finance department, purchasing department, sales department, planning department, HR department. So you might be knowing like in different companies, there will be different departments. Like in if you want to buy any material in the company, so the purchasing department only the authorized person to procure the material. So that's why from any department, like from HR, they required any laptop or any material or any products, like if they required any table, chairs, whatever they required, they will be raising a purchase requisition and it will be sent to the purchasing department to find the best vendor in the market. So normally, when you are buying a laptop, what you will be doing? So you will be searching in the Google and you will be finding out the best vendor, like who can give the laptop on the desired delivery date. So and the best quality. So what are the things you will be checking normally when you are buying the material or buying the laptop or any product? So what you will be doing? Anyone can unmute and you can just speak. So normally when you are buying a material, so what when you are buying anything, any product, so what you will be doing? So normally, if
No,
yeah.
sorry, I just connected right now only. I was facing some audio issue, so I just left and came now only.
No. So when you just left,
No,
um, so do you understand what is the PR? What is the use of this PR?
no. I
Oh,
just
okay,
left
fine.
when you're giving brief for P2P, RFQ, PO, GR.
Oh, okay, fine. Then, so normally, what is the PR is purchase requisition. So
Okay.
purchase requisition is an internal document to procure the material. So for example, let's assume you are working in a company and you are working in a department. Like in a company, there will be different departments, like HR, finance. and the purchasing team will be there, planning team, maintenance team will be there. So there will be different departments in a company. So let's assume you are working in HR department and you require a laptop. So what you will be doing is in SAP, you will be raising a purchase requisition. That is, I required a laptop and how much quantity you require. I required one quantity and where you require. That is the place. So let's assume you required in Coimbatore. And what is the delivery date? So when you require the laptop. So these are the four mandatory parameters to create a purchase requisition.
Okay.
Did you get it?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So, so normally you will be raising the purchase requisition. That is, I required a laptop of one quantity, the place where you require, that is the Coimbatore, and when you require, that is the delivery date. So once you create the purchase requisition, so you will be sending to your purchasing team. It will be sent to the
Okay.
purchasing team because you don't
Okay.
know who is the best vendor. You just mention like I required a laptop. So you
Yeah.
have not mentioned Lenovo or Apple or something. So you mentioned like just I required a laptop
Laptop.
of one quantity. The delivery location you will be mentioning and the delivery date. So then what will happen is it will be sent to the purchasing team. So the purchasing team will do the analysis. So who is the best vendor in the market? So who can provide the laptop at the best price on the desired location on this desired delivery date. So normally, when you are buying a material or when you are buying a laptop, so what you will be doing?
Check
I
for
will
its
be.
quality.
I will.
So you will be seeing the quality. So how you will be finding the best vendor?
Rating or
Yeah, you will see the
getting
rating
receipts.
and you will surf in the Google who can give at the best price and who can give in the desired delivery date. So you have a desired delivery date. At this date, you require the material. So these are some of the parameters you will be mentioning in the RFQ. Like, let's assume you required one laptop of one quantity and you required in Coimbatore. So you will not be mentioning the price. You required in Coimbatore and this delivery date. On 18th July, you required the laptop. Let's assume you require 10 laptops. So now you will be preparing this quotation and you will be sending to different vendors. That is, you are sending to Apple and you are, let's assume you are sending to Lenovo. You are sending to HP. So you are creating a quotation and you are sending to these vendors. And these vendors, what they will be doing, they will be checking the quotation like, okay, this company required 10 quantities of laptop on this to this location on this delivery date. So, and they will be quoting the price. Let's assume like Apple has quoted 50K and Lenovo has quoted 40K and HP has quoted 42K. And they will be sending this quotation back to our company. Like we can provide you this laptop on this desired delivery date on this location of 10 quantities at 50,000. And Lenovo also sending the same. Like I will be giving you 10 quantities on this location on this delivery date at 40K. The same as HP is giving at 42K. So in purchasing, then the purchasing team, what they will be doing is they will be further validating it, like whether which is the best quality, and they will be seeing the payment terms, whether the vendors are asking for immediate payment or they are giving any grace period, like after, you can do the payment after 30 days or 40 days. So let's assume this Apple has given 25 days. So after 25 days, you can do the payment. So the Lenovo has given after 30 days, you can do the payment. But HP has given after 50 days, you can do the payment. So now it is the purchasing team call. So they will see the budget allocated for the HR department, like whether they are allowed to buy for 50K or they are allowed to buy for 42K or 40K. So this is based. This is on the purchasing call. So they will decide. They will decide the best vendor. So normally, whom you will select? So normally, so these vendors are given this many prices. So which vendor you will select?
The one who gives the quality.
Yes, similarly. So you will be selecting Apple. So I would select Lenovo because they are giving it 40K. So this is based on the purchasing team call. In purchasing team, there may be different people working on the purchasing team. So they will decide from whom we can buy the laptop. So once,
Oh.
so let's assume they have selected Lenovo because they are giving at the lowest price. So we have awarded the vendor. So awarded the vendor is nothing but we have selected this vendor. That is, I am going to buy this laptop from Lenovo for 40K. So now, once you have selected the vendor, what you will be doing is you will be creating the purchase order. So what is a purchase order is? Purchase order is nothing but a procurement document. It is a legal document to procure the material. You can note it down because in interview they might ask, what is a purchase order? So it is a legal document to procure the material. So once you have selected the material, once you have selected the vendor, so then you will be creating the purchase order. That is the PO. That is, you are giving the acknowledgement to the vendor. That is, I am going to buy the Lenovo. I am going to buy 10 quantities of laptop at this price with this payment terms. So you are just giving an acknowledgement, and it is a legal document. That is, you are giving the confirmation that I'm surely I'm going to buy this material from your company. So once the purchase order has been sent to the vendor, they will do the manufacturing. So the Lenovo company, they will do the manufacturing, or if they are already having the stock, they will deliver to our company. So once we have received the material, what we will be doing is we will be doing the goods receipt. So goods receipt is nothing but the confirmation you are giving, like I have received 10 quantities of laptop. 10 quantities of Lenovo laptop. So the vendor has sent the goods to our premises and we are doing the GR. That is, you are storing it in your inventory. Like I have received the 10 quantities, I am going to place it somewhere in the inventory. So once you have done the GR, the final process is invoice creation. So we need to do the payment, right? So normally what you will be doing, you will be buying the material and you will be paying to the vendor. That is invoice creation. So in invoice creation, normally when you are buying anything from Amazon, you will be receiving on invoice. There you can see what is the amount, what is the GST, everything. How much amount you need to pay to Amazon. Similarly, the vendor will be giving the invoice to us, like for 10 quantities of laptop, you need to pay 40K. So then in the system, we will be creating the invoice. That is, we are telling the system that we need to pay 40K to Lenovo company after 30 days because they have given the grace period of 30 days. So after 30 days, we can do the payment to the vendor. So once you have created the invoice, then the FI team, so here ends the MM process. So MM process ends here, like from PR to invoice. So till this we need to configure. So once you have created the invoice, then the FI team will do the payment. So the payment will be taken care by FI team. So this is the simple P2P process. For your better understanding, I have given this example. So this is the standard P2P process. There are so many business processes available in MO module. In next classes, we will come to see the different business processes. So let me pause here. If you have any questions on P2P process, you can ask. Else we can move on to next session.
We can move on.
Yeah. So, and here, one thing you need to note it down or understand, like, so from PR to PO is procurement area. That is, it takes care of procurement. That is, you are buying the material. From GR to invoice, so GR to invoice, that is GR and invoice comes under inventory management. So we will come to know what is inventory management, everything. Right now you understand like inventory is nothing but the place where you will be storing the material. So from PR to PO is procurement area. From GR to invoice, it is inventory management. So now we understood what is a P2P process. So next is the master data. So in master data, we have 7 master data for MM. First is material master, which all modules will be using, like SD, FI, PP, PM. First one is material master, next is vendor master. So in ECC, we will be calling it as a vendor master. In S4HANA, it is renamed as PP. So I will let you know when, so vendor master, we have a separate class. You will come to know what is BP. BP is nothing but business partner. So in interview, they will ask, so what is an modification they have made from ECC to S4HANA? So the first thing is the vendor master, they have made obsolete and they change it to business partner. So you need to know what was in ECC and what has been changed in S4HANA. So the first is material master, second is vendor master, that is business partner. Third is info record. Fourth is source list. So you will come to know what are these master data.
So S4HANA is upgraded version, right?
Yes. Yep. Okay, I forgot that one right
What's
now.
the first thing?
Yes.
I mean the
I
first
missed.
version
Yes.
created.
Yeah, I missed that slide. Okay. Yeah, thanks for bringing it back. Shane. So initially, SAP developed ECC. So ECC R3. So that is nothing but let me take one slide. So initially they developed ECC R3. So ECC R3 is Enterprise Central Component. So ECC R3 is initially they developed SAP introduced ECC. That is we will be having 3 layers. One is presentation layer, one is application layer, another is database layer. So presentation layer, yeah, you can note it down all these things. Then application layer, database layer. So what is presentation layer is the screen which you are seeing, the GUI, like graphical user interface. The screen which you are using, the SAP screen which you are using is the presentation layer. Graphical user interface. So the application layer is the software which you are using, that is the SAP software. So initially they were using ECC. So what SAP did is they were not having their own database initially. When they built SAP, they were using third-party database. The third-party DB, like Oracle, they were using Oracle database. Most of the clients are using Oracle database and Microsoft. So these are some of the third-party database which they were using to store the material. So what is the use of this databases? So normally you will be doing these transactions, right? The PR, RFQ will be creating, purchase order will be creating, GR, invoice, and this master data and all you will be creating. So this needs to be stored somewhere. So that is called database. So the place where it gets stored is called as a database. So initially SAP was not having their own database. They were using third-party database like Oracle or Microsoft. In what S4HANA, the main problem here the SAP faced is there was a low performance. So there was not, the customers are not much satisfied with this. So what SAP did is in 2015, so SAP introduced S4HANA, where SAP was having their own HANA, own database, that is HANA. So that is the major difference between ECC and S4HANA. In S4HANA, they were using their own database. So due to which there was a high performance in the application and the customers are very happy. And they also introduced Fiori. So what is this Fiori is, when I get into the system, I will show you. So it would look like an apps. So there will be separate apps where you can use it in your mobile or tablet. The users can work anywhere from the world. Like they're using this Fiori apps itself, they can create this purchase requisition or request for quotation, purchase order, all this master data. So that was another advanced benefit which SAP introduced. So why we required HANA, everything we will see in the next
So
class.
theory will be like outlook, like that. Theory.
I think in the demo class I just showed you, like
Yes.
there will be different apps, right? The system,
Yeah. Yes.
that is
Kind of
Fiori.
Teams Outlook.
Like kind of a Teams Outlook. There will be separate apps to create purchase requisition. We will be having one separate app. Request for quotation will be having one separate app. So normally we will be using the web link itself. You can open Fiori. So in tomorrow's class, I will show you how the Fiori looks, everything. And I will give you the difference between ECC and S4HANA in depth. So when they build, what are the release codes, everything tomorrow I will let you know.
Okay.
So in master data, we have material master, business partner. So vendor master has been obsoleted in ECC and they introduced business partner. And we have info record, source list. We have contract. And we have quota arrangement. We have service master. So these are 7 master data which are pre-configured or which are available in the SAP. One is material master, business partner, info record, source list, contract, quota arrangement, and service master. So in tomorrow's session, I will let you know what is the use of this master data and what are the different functionalities of what is the usage of all these master data. And we will see what is the structure and we will see the exact difference between ECC and S4HANA. Let me pause here. If you have any questions on today's session, you can unmute yourself and you can ask.